Hey guys, welcome back to the Firsties podcast. I'm your host, Mila.
And I'm your host, Mella.
If you're new here, if you're a firstie,
we're basically a safe space for first gens who dare to dream.
We like to laugh, kiki, argue.
Basically, two baddies with a mic.
I mean, you said not me.
Right.
Now, today's a different episode. We have a very special guest.
Very special guest. You want to tell him more about him?
Yes, I'm so excited. We have Sammy Montana on, and he flew in for his, I'm going to read it here, the Diaspora comedy stand-up comedy show that's happening tonight in Arlington, Virginia.
Get your tickets right now.
Yes, link is in the description. Let's show them some love. They're actually almost sold out, I heard.
That's crazy.
So there's only a couple tickets left.
Act quick right now.
Act quick. So what do we talk about in this episode, Mella?
We talk about our first gen's experience being a diaspora and a bunch of interesting kiki topics.
It's a good episode.
It's a really good episode, so stay tuned.
Yes. So as always, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. We should get into this episode.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. All right, guys, we have Sammy Montana here. I'm so excited.
He's trying to beat you to it.
Yeah, you really did. So you literally just touched down, like quite literally, which I really appreciate you being here. I'm really happy to have you. So we're going to get into a lot of stuff, but just to, as a little icebreaker, Mella and I have come up with a little
couple questions.
Firsties like fire round.
Yeah, right? Like a Firsties hot seat, basically.
Yes. So do you want to start with Melly or should I?
Okay, so you're gonna have to answer like really fast.
All right.
And then tell the story.
Literally really fast.
First gig.
First gang?
Gig.
Oh, first gig.
I was gonna say, gang.
First gang. I was like, whoa.
First
gig, like paid gig? Or
whatever.
You could go
first time I did stand-up was when I was 16 in high school. And I was part of like the leadership class. And we were like planning a talent show. And we were just like signing people up without even asking them. We're like, oh, so-and-so does like sings, like we'll sign them up. This person raps or this person does something. And we only had like 5 people. And I was like, we needed people. So I was like, I'll do stand up like just randomly. And once I said it, I had to do it. So I just started putting it together. And it was like, my first time doing it at 16.
Could you ever do that?
Like, absolutely not. I have like social anxiety. Imagine like standing
why not?
Like right. And did you come up
crazy? So that's amazing.
No, I remember it was funny because like my leg was definitely shaking like crazy under like my shit was like tap dancing on stage and
they're like, I thought it was comedy and you're doing like tap.
You know what I mean? It was funny. I mean, I was always like a class clown and stuff like that, but it was just more on some like casual stuff. And I do remember my teacher, who was like hella hard. He's like my hardest teacher, and I remember he was like, "Damn, like that takes guts. Like, congratulations and stuff." Because
is that when you knew like you want to be like a comedian or no?
I've always been into comedy. Like it's fun at that time. So this was like 2006. I felt hella old. But yeah, this is like I had like everybody stand up special on DVD. Like anybody you could think of, like from Kings of Comedy to like George Lopez to just so many different comedians. So I was like really into that, hella tough at that time, just on some as a casual fan, as just a person that like loves to laugh. And I think I just watched it so much that it just was, I naturally kind of learned how to tell jokes. And like, I wasn't like super good when I started, and I'm still working on it now, but it was definitely something that inspired me at that time to.
Okay, so then speaking of that first time you bombed, can you tell us a little about that?
The first time I bombed, all right.
If you have, maybe
I have. I definitely have bombed, and it was at a place called Dorsey's Locker, and
he's like
not him remembering it.
Yeah. It was funny. It was like a 21 and over spot, and I was like 19, and so I knew my neighbor did like a nonprofit charity event at this club, and she was like, you can perform if you want and stuff. And I remember I like did terrible and nobody laughed, and
that's just insane.
I stole a little.
I don't know what I'll do.
Yeah, no, it was bad. Like I stole like Mike Epps had this one joke where he would be like, y'all don't have to laugh, they paid me already. And I remember I said that, and this OG in the front was like, you could just keep the money, man. Just come on.
Oh my God, when the crowd is funnier than you.
Yeah.
Did they laugh for him?
Nah, nobody laughed.
Okay, good.
Nobody laughed at me, him.
That would kill me.
Like they were frustrated. They were like, "Hey, get the hell out of here!" Like
oh my
the audience.
That's That's rough. I'd have to move countries.
Yeah, the fact that you came back and still did comedy right after is crazy.
Nah, I could tell you an even funnier story. Me and y'all know the comedian Gergish. He was so
excited to see him.
Yeah, no, he's super dope, man. And so I started opening for him in about 2011. So this is like a couple years after that first incident. And our first show was in Oakland. I remember I reached out to him on Facebook, and the first show wasn't bad, but it was only like 18 people, and we were like, it was like a family of like 6 that we were like shocked that they came, and it was just a crazy situation. Everybody in the audience we knew, so that one was like okay. But our second show was in Dallas. And Gergish is kind of really buzzing at this point with like the shit Habesha parents say, like when people were doing those videos back in that day. And so he let me open for him. They were really coming to see him. And like I remember I went on stage and like I remember somebody damn near like turned their chair around to like face, like their back was to me, and they were like talking.
That's so rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
rude. Really rude. Yeah,
like you came to a comedy. Okay, anyways, why am I offended for you?
I mean, it was at a Habesha restaurant. You know how Habeshas be, man.
It's an Amsterdam.
One of our own.
It was at a Habesha restaurant. That's the cool part. All Habeshas, like 100 Habeshas, and they were like talking hella loud. And I'm like, hey guys, come on.
Listen to me. Hey,
hey, it's me, guys, Sammy. And they're like, who the fuck are you?
That's insane.
Yeah, like I literally quit that night, and yeah, I was like, man, fuck this shit.
That might be my 13th reason.
Yeah, no, that would just piss me off. It's not even like embarrassment.
Can you see how now, like, we could admire, I love comedy, and so have Mila, how I admire female, because I just feel like with men, you guys are wired for rejection almost, where we aren't. So if I don't get that laugh initially, I'm out. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
So female comics too. Like,
first joke, I'm walking out. Like, I genuinely just go to the side. Show's over.
Turning my back? That's
crazy. I would never do that.
You didn't deserve that, Sammy.
I'd rather have been booed. Like, then that one was like, you're not even worth booing.
That was a little creative too.
You know what I mean? Why
did you have
crazy.
to tell you?
That's crazy. And I don't think I've performed back in Texas since then. Like, I've been back, but I have not performed there. And I don't know if I will.
What's the best city like you performed in? Like, was like a really good outcome?
The best city? Honestly, Edmonton in Canada. Edmonton. I did my first headlining show there. Actually, no, my bad. I headlined in Oakland before, but that's my hometown. So like people are gonna show out there. But after going to Edmonton a few times with Gergish, I went and did a show by myself there, and it was like sold out. It was really packed. So it was kind of super dope to experience that.
Yeah, people show love in your hometown.
Yeah.
What's the next first, love?
There
is one I want to think about. First Heartbreak. Can you share a little story about that?
My first Heartbreak. Wow.
Get a little
from one like embarrassment to the other.
Yeah, I know. Now
us Habeshas, we know how to talk about our emotions.
This is like
right?
therapy. Look, this is a therapy couch.
You know, once you get comfortable, you're just gonna get
this couch is dangerous.
My first heartbreak. Honestly, I have to think about that. Probably.
It's okay if it's the person who turned their chair around. Honestly.
No. That's so funny. My first heartbreak probably was. Honestly, like, probably at like 30. At like 30 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you was that your first girlfriend or no?
No.
Also, you never got your heart broken then?
No, I never got my heart broken before that. But it was like...
Pimp.
No, not even. You know, it's just like, you know... It's just not, you know, it's just when it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And
he said,
you know...
put some respect on my name, Carmela.
Right.
Come on.
Said, I break their hearts.
Right. Nah. I'm a lover. Not I don't like to break hearts. But... it was just a situation. I was dating somebody, and this was like right before the pandemic happened. We had been on and off for years, and when the pandemic happened, they lived out the country, and so the border kind of closed. And
it'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, and it was just.
Also, it was like a distant thing. Like, it wasn't like they did you dirty or something.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I don't think it was like that. But it was
that's a good heartbreak.
You know what I'm saying? I was kind of heartbroken because I felt like we was like talking about getting married and all this stuff, and so I think
the girls like her face.
like her face. Nah, for real. So I mean, I had this like plan, expectation, all this stuff, but then I think you know, when the pandemic happened, we didn't know what was gonna happen. So
no one did. Yeah.
You know, I would say that was probably my first really heartbreak that I could really probably think of, honestly.
Speaking of your love life and being kind of like a public figure, has that changed anything like your shows or how you move or anything like that? Your dating life or anything like that?
Nah, because I mean, like nobody. First, I don't think nobody really know me like that, but
maybe one day.
Yeah, one day maybe, you know. But with me, I think I just trying to approach everything with like, you know, especially with stand up. Like I do the jokes on stage, but I'm like a totally different person off stage. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't even say like. I mean, I've definitely dated girls and be like, oh, I hope you don't like put me in your jokes and stuff like that, but no, I'm not like into that, like, you know what I mean? So it's
interesting they would say that.
You've never put like your dating experience?
I have
like
a couple of times, but I wouldn't say no names.
Oh, okay,
I'll just be like, you know, or like, you know, I hear friends' experiences and I'll probably like, you know, use that because that's what stand up is. It's typically like if it didn't come from me, it's probably like somebody very close to me, like stories or jokes or something like that. So, you know, we always have to kind of switch things up so people don't know, you know, it's about them and stuff.
Yeah, because that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
That's what I first thought if I was dating a comedian. Like, I'm going to be part of the show.
Imagine you go on a date and he's like, so I went on a date with this girl the next day. He's just talking
I'll tell you one. I
great
had
about
Benny
you.
on. You know Benny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had him on and he says that Mella, he was on a date. He's done it multiple times. And he's on a date with a girl at a comedy show. And he's like, I'll be right back and go to the bathroom.
That's hilarious.
And then pulls up on stage and does a show.
I would be mortified.
What would you do?
I mean, if he doesn't like bring the attention to me, I'm just gonna be shocked.
I would also be shocked. I'm like, wait, what? I think it would be a pleasant surprise. I'm like, yeah, go do your thing. But he literally was like, I'm just going to the bathroom. Is that
what was like their reaction? Did they like?
He said it was pretty like she was pleasant. It wasn't like she was like upset or anything like that.
I mean, would you be upset though if he doesn't say anything about you? Like if he's like, I would think.
I don't think.
No. I honestly think it's a slight flex. I think being able to like work a room and hold court. You know what I mean? Like that's a talent and a skill, and you have to be very confident as well. So I would be. But if he was like, so I'm on a date with this girl here.
Oh
like,
my God.
All the way off, low key. You know what I mean? Like keep me out of it.
Right. But still like. When he gets on that stage, it's no longer a date. Like, I'm watching you. You're at work. You're clocked in, and I'm literally just watching one of the guests, like one of the audience.
Yeah, I'll take care of
So maybe that's just like a little awkward. Like, am I just gonna just wait for you to finish?
That is kind of awkward for after, because like I don't want. What if you don't do well? Now the girl's like, oh man.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why it's the flex. It's almost like you're that confident that the show will go great. Because what if he does get booed or he gets bombed? He bombs. It's just that risk that you have to take. And he said it went well. He said that he killed the show. So, like, you just have to be confident enough to do. Could you do that?
I would actually, low-key, is one of my dreams to do that. That would be dope to take a girl on date. Like, yeah, I'm going to be right back, go to the bathroom and go on stage. That would be clean.
Right?
Actually, I think that would be kind of dope.
That's a slight flex, no? If it worked out, wouldn't that impress you, Mel?
It would, but not first date, though. Maybe like second, because first date, like I'm trying to get to know you, and now you're just like on the thingy. You know what I mean? Like, what are we going to talk about after?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Speaking of first or worst, can you tell us? Do you have a first worst date that you could share with us?
Yes, man. Yes.
He said, "Wait a minute."
I do. Man, I was on a date with this girl. We were going to the movies, but it was like at an outdoor mall type situation. And I remember we were going up the escalator, and you know that at the top of the escalator, you know, you kind of step off. Please
go ahead. What?
I'm literally like dreading.
I tripped and fell in front of her and like almost brought her down with me. And it was like, yeah, I had to play it off too. Get up hella quick. Like, nah, I'm good. Like my leg was bleeding for sure. Like my knee under my jeans.
That's so
not you her going down with you. That is crazy.
Let me tell you, this was like, yeah, like I had went like into her city to like go kick it with her for the weekend for like the first time. Let me tell you, this was the wildest shit ever. So we like spent the whole day together. That happened, but it was still cool. It was still cool. Like it was good. You know, because we had been friends for a while anyway. So it wasn't like, but it was like our first time like really kicking it. And why at the hotel I was staying at, this is a hella crazy, but this dude across the hall from me, he killed his wife and then killed himself in the room right across the hall. And like I was on the news and shit. Like there were like reporters were there. And I'm saying this to say like I had to tell her what happened. I was like, hey, just FYI. So I was like, when are you gonna come get me?
It's so crazy.
she did not come get me after that. She was like, man, I'm not coming to the hotel to get you.
Oh my God, that's so insane.
That is insane.
That's a real story.
Imagine like I had to get on the news. Sorry.
And was I went
that, like,
on
your
the
neighbor?
news. Huh?
Like
across the hall, yeah.
Oh, what a vibe killer.
Yeah, no, it was. And I remember like my friend had gave me a discount to stay at that hotel. And like I had to go talk to them at the front desk, like, hey, can I get like a better discount? And they're like, well, you already have one.
First of all, fuck a discount. That should be free.
Yeah, like, for sure. Like,
what? Did you stay? Did you sleep the night?
I checked out that day.
Okay, I was about to say.
He said I rolled over, girl. I gotta
imagine like going back to bed after like someone died.
No, right across from you. Oh my god.
I changed my flight and everything. I went home.
As you said.
I said, this is a sign. Maybe it was a sign to.
Please
it wasn't gonna work
that's
out.
Part of your set, or you've used that in a joke before, or nothing like that. Nothing yet. Oh, that's insane. Because how does that? That's really sad. I do have to say that, but that's so wild that it's like.
Niggas thought I was on the news snitching because it said Sammy Montana. Like they were like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Sammy Montana." I was like, "It's gonna be like good promotion, publicity." This is like 2014 or something. So this was like I'm like 20.
How old were you? Do you remember? How
like 24.
Damn, dude.
23, 24. Yeah.
You literally said a murder case is a good publicity.
Yeah. I was like, they're gonna.
Yo, you have to make it somehow, man.
He said Instagram
they're gonna want to come interview me again, like you know what I'm saying. This was before things went viral. I was hoping
you're trying to be the first.
I was trying to go viral.
Yeah. It's like the hide your kids, hide your wife. Like,
yeah, exactly. Speaking of going viral, it's hella funny. I mean, ET were talking, so he always be trying to. I forgot what we were talking about, but we were talking about somebody, and I was like, "Oh, you think they know who I am?" Like it was like another comedian or something. He was like, he knows you, but like why would they know you? I think we were talking about Salem Central.
Okay.
And I was you think they know me? He was like, maybe. Like why would they know you though? I was like, remember I had that skit that went viral with my mom. And he was like, oh, for real? Like, how many views did it get? I was like 2,500. He was like, nigga, that ain't viral. I was like, oh shit. That's what I had to learn. I was like, okay, that's not.
But that is tough love.
Yeah.
It is tough love. Yeah.
He keeps it real. I like that. I don't want no fake people around me.
He's farthest from fake.
Yeah. Nah. He's really.
Hilarious.
He's almost too real. Sometimes I wish he was a little fake because I'm like, bro, he be breaking my heart sometimes. A little bit.
You're like, nigga, hug me. Yeah.
He could have said semi-viral. He said,
he's like, nigga, that is not viral.
Stop wasting my time.
Right.
But he thought I really, he believed me. He was like, oh, for real? And I was like, nah. This is like, I thought 2,500 was viral, but.
Hey, to get to the 3 million, you have to get 2,500.
Exactly.
You got to start somewhere.
Got to take baby steps.
Yeah. Is there any other last first before we take a break?
I think that's pretty much it for the first.
You really came to play. That was amazing.
Right.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
The stories.
We had Heartbreak. We had You Bled. We had a murder. We had a lot.
Yeah. See, now you gave me like a new fear of escalators. Like no.
Yeah. Take elevators. Fuck the escalators.
Maybe even stairs.
Also, there's other people near me because now that I'm learning, they're taking me down with them, and I can't.
Yeah.
No,
for sure.
I don't know why, but falling is so embarrassing.
It
for
is.
whatever.
So embarrassing.
Right? I don't know why.
But when other people fall, I'm not like, that's so embarrassing. Like, I'm just like, oh, look, are you okay?
Like, are you okay?
Yeah, if I fall, don't look at me.
Like, if I saw you fall, I'd be like, oh my God, are you okay? You're bleeding. Do you need something? But me falling, I'm just like, I want to die.
Just act like you didn't see it. If you ever see a guy fall, just be like, oh, damn. Because, niggas get embarrassed.
Yeah, we're the worst.
That's true.
Like, are you okay? Because sometimes, can we be honest? Sometimes a fall looks really bad. Like, I'm like, is your head okay? Is your, you know what I mean?
We can have a broken arm, but we do not want y'all to acknowledge it. We just want y'all to.
And by we, are we saying men?
Yes.
Got it.
We want to just let us be in pain.
Don't ask if I'm okay.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, are you okay? We got to get you to the hospital. Now it's like, now you're going to go tell all your friends, oh yeah, I take this nigga to the hospital. He fell down. And now we just look terrible. So just let us just do our thing.
Noted. I'm taking notes.
Yeah, for sure.
Let you do your thing, but
I'm
your
trying
arm
to give you,
is out of your, okay, but let you do your thing. Okay, awesome.
Trying to give y'all some game.
Awesome. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back after these short messages. All right, guys, we are back. So that was a shameless plug, but also in the description, make sure, pretty sure I heard from ET that it's probably already sold out. So if you really want to go to the show, go in the link in the description to get tickets. ASAP. It's going to be a good show. Me and Hermelli are going to be there, so I'm just saying. By the way, just really quickly, you might have already had that, maybe you too, ET, but I was at DC Comedy Loft, and this guy beelines to me. He's like, you're a Firsties girl. And if I'm honest, he did not look like the demographic that I thought was going to fuck with our shit. It was the most alarming thing ever. And also I had my cousin from Sweden who is a completely different, like, they don't talk to anyone. So she was like, this is my nightmare. Like, and he was the sweetest ever.
She literally said the president or the prime minister just like goes to the bar and just like get beer.
That's in Sweden. Like there's no security.
Like they don't care about
people are very much like on their own. They don't mess with you. They don't do nothing.
Sweden is a bunch of weirdos there.
Please elaborate.
Like I went there.
As I just said, I have family there.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's good. Listen,
go.
I'm talking about like non-Habesha people. Like it's like I feel
Please elaborate.
I feel like the whites are for sure racist out there, and their food sucks.
So
like, I know high expectations.
I could agree. I could agree with that. The thing that I found interesting was that the dating scene there and stuff like that. It's like truly like. I was asking my guy cousin, I was like, wait, so if I think that guy over there is attractive, can I just go say hi to him or whatever? And they're like, oh my God, no. Like, no. I was like, well, what if he finds me attractive? Would he come up to me? And they're like, you do not, that's so offensive. You just leave them alone. So weird. It's so, because then when my cousin came here for New York, she didn't hate it, but she was walking down the street. Construction guys were like, hey, shawty. And she's like, she was overstimulated. It's just so interesting, the culture. You know what I mean?
It's like dating like in the 1950s or something. Like from word of mouth, like that's.
So it's just someone's got to know someone. Like people in their 30s and 40s are in situationships because nobody wants to talk.
That's crazy. And you know, niggas in Europe don't buy houses. They rent their whole lives. That's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I've noticed that.
Yeah. I thought they bought their houses.
Everywhere in the world.
Oh. It's the bidding stuff. It's like so interesting there. Yeah. But
anyways, their houses like cheaper? Like
say?
Their houses are cheap, right?
I don't know. I don't think like I've just been bored at work and looked up shit. It should be kind of pricey. Like
out the randomest stuff when you're bored. I know random facts. I was just in a terminal, just like waiting for my flight to take off.
Yeah,
like literally.
That's
real. That's real. Okay, so now I want to jump into you and just learn a little bit more on your first gen experience or just being a firstie. So we really always say like this is a safe space for first gens who dare to dream. And me and Hermela, when we came across you at ET, sent me your bio and everything. You know, there's not a lot of us in this scene.
The space,
yeah, especially doing it very well and confidently. Right. And I think you're doing that.
Thank you,
so
thank you. Y'all too. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So tell me about like where did your comedy career start? I know you touched on it a little bit.
Yeah. You know, I think comedy, especially, there, like you said, there isn't a lot of us. I feel like there isn't a lot of representation of Habeshas in entertainment in general. Like, you know, we're good at track and field and riding bikes and all that stuff. But like in regards to entertainment, whether it's music, you know, rap, R&B, I know there's starting to be a lot of Habesha artists now that I'm just now finding out about. But especially in comedy, there really isn't. You know, there's big white market. There's, you know, black comics. There's Indian comics now with like Russell Peters, Aziz Ansari, and Akash and stuff, and a bunch of other folks, and kind of like that for a lot of cultures. Even the Asian culture, there's a big Asian comedy scene, or just a bunch of Asian comics. And I feel like with the Eritrean Ethiopian world, for us, there isn't that many, and I think it is important. And I think, you know, I think it's important for everybody to come together because we need that representation. And I think, you know, even if we don't kind of see the financial results or whatever right now, maybe the generation behind us will, and we can kind of spark somebody behind us that can, you know, be motivated to kind of want to take it on and be super successful at it, like become like a Kevin Hart or something like that, even though that's like very hard in itself. But just in general, like, that's what's important to me, is like getting other people other Habeshas, you know, to do stand up or just acting or whatever, you know. Like I just found out it was crazy. Like you guys watch Presumed Innocent?
No.
That Jake Gyllenhaal's the Apple TV show.
Oh, I've seen. I don't know much about it, but now, Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah.
Like his wife in the show is Ethiopian. I didn't even know she's like half like Irish, half Ethiopian.
No way.
I swear. And I just was like, and even like I noticed in this one movie, Really Love, which I think takes place in DC. It was kind of it was like a Habesha girl in there and stuff. But so I just get excited when I see any of our people doing anything, whether it's this podcast. I know there's some other folks in the podcast space that are consistent like y'all, and I think that's super dope. And I actually like to see it, especially when it's good content, good quality stuff, and it's you know, we need our own in every industry, whether it's podcast, music, comedy. Like we need to have representation. I think that's something that's very important to me.
Do you think like your jokes or like your skits are like influenced by being Habesha? Like, are most of your jokes like around that, or? Honestly,
if I'm not performing in front of Habeshas, like
it's not.
It's probably not. Like I think my jokes, I just have regular jokes, like Def Comedy Jam type of humor, that sort of thing. But like tomorrow, I'll definitely be saying a few Habesha jokes, and I might mention it here and there and stuff. Like I have a joke about like how everybody knows Ethiopia, but nobody knows Eritrea, and just stuff like that. So I'll do a joke like that, like in front of a non-Habesha crowd and stuff. And it's funnier over the last 10 years. Whenever I'm like, does everybody know Eritrea? Like the claps are starting to get a little bigger now. Like people are starting to know us. So I think that's super dope.
Yeah, damn, that's awesome. Thanks for the kind words, by the way. Sammy for president, I think, right?
Right.
Oh, man, I wish.
For him
if you're not doing it, at least you get inspiration, because that's awesome. Yeah, because we were just having a meeting before you guys came, and we were just kind of talking about like when we see numbers and stuff, we can't actually think like 1,000 people saw this episode or whatever. Right. It's just a number, and then when people walk up to us or we get DMs or whatever, or like some of the guys that were on the show when they were in Atlanta, they texted me, was like, hey, some people walked up to me and said like, I saw you on the Firsties podcast. I was like, oh shit, we're actually like doing something crazy. Which is really excited, because I agree with you. We're creating content that I wish I saw when I was 10 years old, confused AF in a white school, trying to figure out what the hell I am. Yeah, and that's really relatable. Really quickly, because you mentioned Def Jam too. Like, who in your opinion think is the GOAT comic?
Just one. Just the GOAT.
Okay, give me top three. Let's get your top three. Yeah,
it's different. So because it's because so for me, like I have to be like, do you mean like stand up? Do you mean like acting, TV shows?
No,
like
stand
just stand up.
Yes.
My GOAT, my favorite stand up comedian. I ain't gonna lie, it's this comedian named Earthquake. He's from DC actually, and he's hella funny. And it's funny because like back in the day when I used to buy hella DVDs, I would see his special and stuff. Like I would definitely judge a book by his cover. Like I'm like, I don't know, this guy don't look funny, or this person look funny. So I never bought his.
There's a funny face.
Yeah, right. So I remember seeing him, but as I got older, I went to go see him like randomly, and when I tell you like, it was in a theater and we were on the balcony. I wanted to throw my friend off the balcony. I was laughing so hard. It was like, I remember it was like New Year's Eve, and he had his opening joke was like, oh, Happy New Year's, y'all. Like some niggas didn't make it. They got shot at 11:59. And I was just like, that's just hella random. And I was just dying. But he's definitely one of my GOATs. Of course, Kevin Hart, you know what I mean? People try to hate on him, but like, he's still hella funny to me. Dave Chappelle, of course.
Okay.
I was waiting. I was waiting.
That's the easy answer. That's the easy answer. That's the waiting on that. Dave Chappelle is hella funny, but there's so many others.
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah. Y'all should watch Donnell Rollins. He's he was on Chappelle's show. He played Ashley Larry. He's also from DC. He's super funny.
So many DC natives.
Yeah. A lot of GOATs come from DC. Like low-key, I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, wow, like a lot of really great comics come from out here.
Yeah. I went to a show, I've talked about it before, Chappelle in DC, when he was coming back right after COVID, and just the audience went crazy. I literally blacked out. He's like my Beyonce.
Is he y'all favorite?
He's literally my Beyonce.
I'd say him and Kevin Hart for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys are Beyonce fans?
Not me.
I'm not like die hard. Okay. I think her music is great and stuff, but I'm not really.
Okay. You can't really hate her, but it's just like I wouldn't say I'm a stan.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
I wouldn't like go out my way and listen to her
music.
But
am I a stan? Probably
yeah, some people be hyping her up. I think too much.
You think she's overhyped?
Okay, let's talk about this real quick. Because I think there's a Beyonce theory that people see.
Yeah.
Do you think it's like she's so hyped, it's like Taylor Swift, where it's like she's actually not that great? When it's like, no, she's actually really talented and worked hard for her.
I mean, I think people, when they say she's amazing, I think they like her concert could be amazing, but her songs, like if you had a gun to my head, I couldn't name a bunch of Beyonce songs, but I love Destiny's Child. I think her songs on Destiny's Child, you know what I mean?
Throwback. I
get what you mean, because I don't know like the new albums. Like I can't name a song. But it's like as a performer, I feel like that's what, like you have to add the performer part for Beyonce. As a performer, as a person, like her work ethic and everything, it's like you're talented.
Yeah, you gotta give her credit.
Yeah,
but even vocals, I feel like for me, Jasmine Sullivan eats up Beyonce any day.
Or Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys.
I feel like Beyonce could eat up
Alicia
Keys. Hell yeah. Alicia Keys not up there.
I think you might not heard her music like that. I think you.
I think you must have forgotten.
I think you like how old are you?
I'm gonna send you a link. I'm gonna send you a link, and I'm gonna
make a playlist, a Firsties playlist.
But she's good. But Beyonce, I think Alicia Keys.
She's played the piano.
Okay.
Like she dance. She do the drums.
Beyonce can dance. Her vocals.
I'm sorry. When I think about Alicia Keys now, I just think about that how Usher was just hugged up on her at the Super Bowl.
I wasn't feeling that.
Thank you.
I didn't like that. Like that's a lot of.
So if you were Swiss Beats, would you have a problem with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely press that nigga.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Remember?
I know when he was
like
hugged.
Yeah. And the meme was always like that one guy she told you not to worry about.
Yeah.
It's like they're hugged up.
I mean, she couldn't do anything about it though. It's like literally a performance.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But like, what is he doing?
Yeah, for sure.
I got a question. So what do y'all think?
I already know where this is going. I love this. Go ahead.
What am I gonna ask?
No, go ahead.
About the Megan Good situation?
Yes, go ahead. I want you to ask it for the
So
audience.
do y'all think she was out of pocket? For like, she was like...
She didn't do anything though. He's the one who hugged her. Like, what could she have done? Like,
the silence
pushed him off?
is crazy.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean...
Okay, Hermela, you answer. First of all, let me just give context to the audience. So what Sammy's talking about is that viral clip where Megan Good was with her man. What is his name?
Jonathan Majors.
Thank you so much. And then Michael Ealy, who she's good friends with, like swooped her up. Drewski did a skit on it too. Like swooped her up, and he looked very uncomfortable. Her man. Okay, so that's the context.
He just looked angry. He looked
for
pissed.
Sure. Because I don't like Michael Ealy either. Like, I don't, I just don't like him.
Should we unpack that or just move on?
Let's unpack the action.
There's a couple of niggas I don't like, to be honest.
Okay, would you please get off your chest?
Just like Michael B. Jordan.
No reason?
Yeah.
You just even Dress Mercy?
I actually just watched that recently. It was good. He did a good
movie. He did good.
I can't hate. I ain't gonna hate, but just initially I didn't like him because I'm from Oakland. He played Oscar Grant in Fruitvale Station.
Okay.
And I felt like that could have went to me. And Creed. I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm gonna let you have that.
Right.
Just please. All right. But anyways, my bad. Back to the
You totally should have gotten Creed. You
for
totally
sure.
I think so.
Let's get the producers immediately
his
on the line.
Company, the whole thing should have been yours. Honestly,
I think you should do a spinoff.
Black Panther. You know. What I'm
should do a spinoff. And you can be.
I was thinking of it.
Honestly,
for sure.
He should have been Black Panther, and that was an opportunity missed.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna allow you to have your feelings.
I appreciate it.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But the Michael Ealy situation I felt like was crazy, and I feel like women, like if that was the other way around, like if a girl came up to your dude and was just hugging all on him, you would be feeling some type of way, I think, right? You would be for like sure. When they're on the car ride home, you'd be like, what was that? You know what I mean?
I would feel some type of way.
Yeah. I would, yeah. Me too.
But it was so instant, like she had he literally lifted her. So I think maybe she was really excited as well. But what if it was her?
What if they haven't seen each other in so long?
That's what I'm saying. What if it's my really good friend and he picks me up? You're gonna be pissed off?
I mean, in front of everybody, this is like a function. You know what I'm saying? You like lift her up off her feet, and she was like, "Hey, Mike."
I'd get it if it's like if it's a stranger, like a person we don't know, and he went and hugged like Megan, whatever. Like that, I was like, hey, who the fuck is that nigga? But we know it's Michael Ealy. We know they've been friends for years. But I think
to Sammy's point, I think what he's saying is like they didn't know each other like that. Like the guys didn't. Like that was Megan.
What do you mean the guys didn't?
Like Megan Good and Michael Ealy, they were good friends. Mm-hmm.
Well,
but you know, like when you're a partner with someone, at least you're all friends. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, he looked uncomfortable. I will say that, but
I feel like she did too.
I think
even when he dropped her,
Megan Good, because all she's there is to like welcome a friend.
Yeah, I mean, I put a little on her, but I definitely put some on him too, because if I see a girl that I'm even hella cool, I could know y'all for 30 years.
Yeah.
And if I see y'all with y'all nigga,
it's definitely on him. It's all on him.
Respect that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna I feel like it's the shit light skinned niggas be doing. Light skinned niggas.
That's why you hate Michael Ealy.
So let's unpack that. What are some shit that light skinned niggas be doing? So they be
just cat shit. Just think that it's like they feel like they white men. You know, it's that white privilege, just light privilege.
So it's light privilege.
White privilege and light privilege.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like J. Cole. I think
we talk about that on
I
camera.
think he's overrated, and you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily about being light skinned, dark skinned. I'm not trying to do that, but I'm just saying I'm noticing a pattern with light skinned niggas and how they move, and I don't like it.
Okay, so we have to ask the obvious.
Okay.
Why do you not like J. Cole?
Oh, I think I think his music. He has a couple good songs. Mm-hmm. Like, don't get me. I'm not a hater. Yeah. Like, he has a few good songs, but I think the hype that he gets is very unwarranted. Like, this nigga selling out arenas, and you got somebody like Big Crit. You know who Big Crit is?
No.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying.
But is that like a local rapper?
No, he's not local. He's big time. He's from Meridian, Mississippi, and he's a Southern rapper. But see, people be hating on Southern rappers. They be believing that they're not lyrical. You know what I mean? All that stuff like that. But I feel like, what do J. Cole really be talking about? It's like, you know what I mean?
I have to respectfully disagree.
Yeah.
Why do you guys like J. Cole?
See, I don't like J. Cole because him and Kendrick fall in the same category for me. Like, I'm not trying to learn a lesson. Like, I'm trying to have fun. Like, and they're so like like, like, it's like I have to be in the mood to listen to J. Cole and Kendrick. They're not just like Drake. I can pick it up to like.
So like, yeah, when I'm in the mood, then I listen.
But I'm never in the mood to learn.
I've been to a concert before with J. Cole, and I'm like, dang, he's really speaking it. And I prepped for that. It wasn't like I was there to rage.
See, so it just gives slam poetry for me. It gives slam poetry for me, like just in a rap version. So I'm like, I'm never in the mood.
Okay.
When I play music, I'm trying to like have fun.
So I have to know your opinion on Drake.
Drake is exceptional. He's really good.
Oh my god!
Because you know why?
You know what it is. Understand where the special side, like for men, you guys always have like a little special side for Drake. He can do no wrong.
You know why? I think he has been the soundtrack to my life since like 19.
Line all these niggas say.
Yeah, because imagine since I was like 19. When he first came out, I didn't like him. I remember I dated this girl and she was like, "This one like best I ever had."
Girls first. Like
best I ever had and successful and stuff like that. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't like him at first, and when headlines and Take Care and all these songs started coming out, like I'm on one and all that shit.
Everyone remembers where they were at when that song came out. Like, for sure. Everyone, right?
And honestly, you made me realize why I don't like J. Cole.
Please share.
I'm an intern at the radio station and 21 years old.
Okay.
And he comes out with the workout song. Mm-hmm. The workout, you guys familiar with that one? The samples, Kanye's workout plan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was crazy because College Dropout hadn't even been out. Not even 10 years old, so it's like I just felt like it's hella lazy. Like, nigga, you just sampling a song that's everybody knows, and like, nigga, this is usually like all this shit that we like. We didn't even realize it was a sample.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying, which was crazy. So I mean, which is why like initially like Diddy got a lot of flack in the early '90s because a lot of the older heads were like, nigga, you're sampling like hell, like this is. But the young niggas like me, I'm 4 or 5. I'm like, this shit is great. You know what I'm saying? So like. I think that's like you guys made me realize. I think that's where my hate kind of initiated.
I'm telling you, this is therapy.
I have a question. Space, by the way. What do you feel about like Nicki? I was gonna say female rappers, but Nicki Minaj.
I like her song "Moment for Life." A couple songs like that, but I don't.
You're not a Barb.
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't like that she's beefing with all these other female or rappers. I wouldn't even say female rappers, just other. But yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I was saying like old Nicki because. You said Drake has been like in the game for like years or whatever. I was like, so has she. So
I mean, they came out at the same time, right?
I think they did, right? Like Young Money,
kind of around the same time. Yeah, I've never been like, oh my god. Like I mean, I really like Glorilla. I like her. There's some dope female rappers.
Okay, speaking of artists in general, so it could be comedy, it could be actors, it could be whatever. Do you remember who? Like, we're all creatives. So is there someone that like kind of shaped or sparked the fact that you want to get into the creative space where you're like, they inspired you to do this or just be a creative person, whether it's comedy, acting, rapper, singer?
And that's a great question. Who inspired me to do, like I said, I think even when I did stand up like for the first time, it was just, I never ever was like, I wanted to be a stand-up comedian. At all, like, you know what I mean? I think growing up is actually funny. I wanted to be a movie critic, like Siskel and Ebert.
Honestly, with all your opinions, I could see
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know any of the movies you brought up earlier too, so clearly.
I ain't gonna lie, I saw Black Panther 2 before part 1.
Oh, I didn't see Black Panther 2.
Insane.
That's crazy, and I was hella mad because I remember everybody was posting their pictures, like going to the theater and they dashiki and all that shit, and I was like, these niggas look crazy, like for a goddamn movie. Like I ain't never.
No, and then when you see it,
and I saw both of them. I was like, it might be my favorite movie, low key. Like it was good.
I didn't watch Black Panther 2.
Which very quickly, I just recently went to the African American Museum and they have his suit there sculpted to his body, and it's like it's a lot. Like it's a lot all at once. Yeah.
He's raw. Actually, it's so funny that we mentioned him on the plane ride here. I watched Chadwick Boseman play James Brown, And
he's so talented.
He's really talented. I never hated on him, but I was just like initially because he played like Jackie Robinson. He played so many roles. I was like, damn, do they care that this guy don't look like anybody that he's playing? I was like, am I tripping? Also, I refused to watch the James Brown one. I was like, this is crazy. I watched it today because it's unfortunate when you really start becoming fans of people after they're gone. Which is really fucked up because, like, definitely after watching Black Panther 1, I was like, man, this is so fucked up. Like, this dude's so raw. And but he killed the James Brown movie. If nobody has watched it, I would definitely.
And it's just crazy to think that during some of that he actually was ill.
Yeah.
Even for the Black Panther filming, right? Yeah. He was like going through chemo. I'm not sure.
But he was. Yeah, he wanted to keep it hush hush for. It's insane. Yeah,
that's crazy.
You mentioned your upbringing, so I actually am curious, like, what your family. Because again, just speaking in the Habesha culture, Eritrean Ethiopian culture, this is not something that all of us do. We should all been nurses, doctors, EMTs, engineers. Right. So what does your family think of? Do you put them in your show or do they support you? What's the vibe?
No, I definitely talk about my dad more and less about my mom. I'll throw in a couple jokes about my mom here and there, but it's not really too much. But my dad grew up most of my life in Eritrea, so he wasn't really around. My mom, raised me and my brother, so she was always working. So it was kind of like, they would always say, like, yeah, you have to be an engineer. But I didn't know what an engineer was back then. I thought that was like a car mechanic or something, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know, like, there's software engineers, there's, all that shit. This was before coding was, like, this big thing where everybody, you know what I mean? Like, you had to go to school for this shit. It wasn't no boot camps and stuff. But, I remember, the first time I told my mom I wanted to do stand-up. And she got so mad. She was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm so glad
you're talking about it. Because sometimes when I ask different guests, they actually give the response of like, oh, my family is like supportive. And there's also a reality of like, no, following your dreams. Like, sometimes your parents are dreams over your loved ones.
They're lying. Yeah, no, they're lying. I can't imagine any Habesha parent being supportive unless they're like maybe entrepreneurs themselves, which I feel like Habeshas in general parents do not promote their kids being like entrepreneurs and stuff. They want you to like, they're just like so scared of work and that's it. Go to work, come home, church, you know what I mean? But no, I remember one time I came home for a show, and this is how low-key my mom is hella fake. So I came home from a show. My mom is hella fake. I love her to death.
Shout out to mom.
She loves me the most, but she's like my biggest hater too. So it's probably where I get my hate from.
Honestly, a lot of people will relate to that.
No, for sure. That's a fact. Habesha moms are sweet, but they can hate sometimes. Real quick. I came home for doing a show with Gargish, and we had did like 2 cities or something.
You're up.
That's how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not like financially up, but I'm high though. I'm feeling
up.
spiritually. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling inspired. I see the vision and everything. And so I come home, Habesha mom, when you come home, she's like, oh my God, Sammy, my son, I missed you so much. All this stuff. And then she was like, how was the show? Like, did you make $13? I was like, damn, 13, that's hella random. But like she was basically like, yeah, I know you didn't make shit this weekend. So.
You're like, no, 14.
Yeah, no, it's 14. Yeah. And then she's like, nigga, clean your room. You know what I'm saying? Like, back to reality.
I'm glad you're talking about it because there is a reality. Because I think social media like almost romanticizing like following your dreams. And there's a reality, especially in the first years where you're grinding and no one's going to understand you. Your family's going to be like, you're crazy. Yeah. People who are supposed to like support you and like it's tough. So I'm glad you're like really.
And they don't get the concept of like working without like no rewards at that moment. Do you know what I mean? Because it's exactly, there's nothing tangible. You're growing, but like they're not going to get the fact that like, oh, like you're more confident on stage now. Like they don't give a fuck about that. Like where's the money?
Or like this time I worked on a new joke and then now I got a bigger reaction. They're like, but
they can't understand.
And here's the thing. I also wanted to say, like, on their end, too, just think of it from their perspective. It come off harsh, but, like, we're, posting content for strangers to consume on the internet. Like, it seems fucking weird. It's just normal because we grew up in it.
Yeah.
So we're kind of in the journey of, like, allowing our family to have their opinion and not letting it to, like, taint our experience and letting them have their emotions because they can. But still, like, going.
They're not going to understand until you're successful, and then they're going to be like, oh, shit.
Like, because they don't have to make it to Netflix for them to be like, all right, you're good.
Yeah. People got to come up to them at church and be like, "Oh my God, your Mila is so famous. She's so big."
That's the thing is when when other people come to them about something, and they're like, "Is she about God?" Now you're
yeah.
Like my mom, people were coming up to her church like, "Oh, you're Sammy Montana's mom." She's like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Yeah." So it just be so funny. But I think like one thing we all have to do. ET always like promotes this to me is just like being consistent. I think anybody we've watched, whether it's like sometimes like I'll watch Joe Rogan's podcast or something, but you know, he's like on episode like probably 2,000-3,000 and stuff.
Number one podcast.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I remember, you know, you always go through these YouTube wormholes and you just one video leads to another. And I remember seeing like his first podcast episode from like 2004. The quality was terrible on the camera, all this stuff. But I'm just like, or even same with like kind of like Joe Budden's podcast is like they've been doing it for like 10 years. And sometimes, you know, you have to just be consistent. Even for the first few years, you might not see the results. And this, what I tell myself is like, you just got to keep grinding. You know what I mean? So I think like this podcast is already super dope. I can only I would look forward to seeing this in like 5 years and seeing the growth and stuff like that. For sure. No, it'll happen too. I'm excited, man. We have so much content nowadays, whether it's streaming services and all this stuff. Like, I'm so super conscious of what I watch because I'm like, I don't want to watch no bullshit. So I'm always looking for dope stuff like this to watch and to relate to, make me think, you know what I'm saying? So you guys are doing your thing, and definitely it's the word is spreading, and you guys have come at the right time with, you know, social media and everything.
Oh,
so.
Thank you.
Of course.
Not you being the host. Lastly, before we wrap up, so we are definitely going to add the description below for your show. Is there anything that you want to tell the camera for your show that's coming out? That your show's going to be tonight. This episode's coming out tonight.
Yeah. So the show is sold out. You know, I'm definitely appreciative of everybody that bought tickets, and this is a journey we're all on, and I hope you guys enjoy the ride with us, and I'm super excited, you know, for what's to come.
And I do want to add, ET, this is volume 5. Yeah, this is volume 5. So if you're not able to come to this show, there's going to be much more and different.
Many more to come. So
the easiest way to know the next show is just to follow the IG account, which I'll also tag below along with you, Sammy. So make sure you follow so you know. I mean, the lineup is insane. It's always a good time.
Good lineup.
Seriously, ET, you're amazing at what you do and getting everyone together.
I was just gonna say that if I could give him a shout out, man, I've been on him since 2016 around there and around that time, and I remember, man, the first time I met him, man, he embraced me with open arms, showed love, and is a super positive guy, super helpful. Like I could come with him at any. Like I want to do this now. I feel like a kid that always switch up what he wants to do, and he's just always on board and supportive, and I'm very appreciative of him. So. He's the one that even set this up. When I told him, I was like, yo, can you set it up? I would love to be on the show. He was like, yeah, no problem. And
oh, no way.
Yeah. So it was dope.
Oh, thank you for wanting to come on. I thought it was the opposite. That's awesome. I think that's a sweet note to end the episode.
To end the podcast.
So again, guys, please make sure you show some love. Even if you can't make it to the show, give him a follow, comment, like, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll see you on next.
Notification
on. Yes, turn on post notifications.
For sure.
And we'll see you in our next episode. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.